Hello. This video is about possible enhancement to the workflow system to one of the tasks. So it's going to be kind of like an open thought session where I'm just going to throw around the ideas that I have about how to solve this problem, what the problem is, and how to solve it, and just to so you can get an idea how I would propose this. Okay. The thing is that we have a workflow in coreBOS that permits you to delete a set of words on a module. Hold on, let's see if this actually picks up. Okay. Workflows. Let's set up an example, and let's do this on assets. What is assets related with? Assets is my favorite test module. Let's see what asset is related with, and if we can get an example here. Support tickets is many to many, documents is many to many, and time control. This one is probably the one we're looking for. Let's have this. Let's have a look here. I'll explain why the other three are not, well, yeah, the other three are not what we're looking for. Okay, let's add a time control record here. TC1, asset 1, this day, that day, let's put here 10 minutes, and it's related directly here. Okay, all that is correct. Okay, go for it. Here I have the workflows. Okay, this should be good. Okay, while that's saving, let's create a new workflow here. To the assets module, create, and here we should have now our time control record. Okay, let's add another one. Just so that there's two, here we're going to set a workflow which is delete time control records. And we're going to do this every time the record is saved. This is TC2 on asset 1. And we'll put here total time 5 minutes. Okay, and this one is still loading. Okay, let's save this. Come back over here, that one's still saving. And this one is loading. Okay, here I have now two time controls related to this asset number 1. And what I'm going to do here is create a workflow with a new task, which is delete related records. Okay, it's active, no conditions, and it's asking me what module of the ones related to the asset. Okay, this is the four that we see there. Which one I want to actually empty. Okay, so I'm going to press the time, select the time control, and save that. Okay, so now I have a workflow which on every save of the record, see if the conditions come, the trigger, every time the record is saved, an asset record is saved, will delete all the time controls related to that record. Okay, let's go over to the time control module, see how many records there are there. I'm going to open this one up. Time control record. And we have 630 time control records. Okay, so now I'm going to get this asset. I'm going to edit it and save. That will launch the workflow, and it should delete those two time controls. Okay, go back to time controls. There are no time control records, and if we reload this 630 should be 628. Okay, perfect. Okay, so if you got that, besides the slowness of my machine, which is another problem, I have created a workflow with a task which is delete related records. Delete related records, and it permits me to get all the directly related records and actually delete them. Okay, so it empties the related list. It's just what happened here. Now, the enhancement is that sometimes we don't want to delete them all. We just want to delete some of them, some certain conditions, a subset of all the records that are there. We can't do that now. The task, the delete related records task, is a nothing thing. It deletes all of them. There's no condition here, which is what should be. We should have here the possibility to add a set of conditions. It would be something like this. It would really be nice if we could apply these conditions, because these are very powerful. You can group them and you can do a whole bunch of things here. If we could actually adapt these conditions here, you could say, okay, I want the time controls, but I want the ones that are with this condition, or I don't know, there are more than 20 minutes, or that are assigned to this other thing, or whatever. You could select the conditions, and then you would just delete those. Okay, but these conditions here apply to the fact if this task is launched or not to the subset of the time controls themselves. So we would have to repeat this block down here, and like that would be pretty cool. It would be nice, but it would be very complicated, because probably the code that's here is expecting certain fields. It is kind of asset oriented, as you can see here, and these down here would have to be time control, and then we would have the names duplicated. It would be kind of hard to get all this logic down here working again also. Okay, so how would I propose so that's one of the things that we need to add that there. And the other thing is that this task only works with directly related modules. Okay, so asset and time control are, if I add a time control record, they're related by this field, this related to field. Okay, that's where it's the information is saved. Those are the ones that are actually supported. Okay, support tickets and documents, for example, are many-to-many relations. So that's not even supported. You can't even delete these. I mean, even if you can select them, which we even shouldn't be able to select them here. Uh, but I guess we left them because, I mean, that is needed. I mean, you do need to be able to select documents here. But this actually won't work because it will look for a direct relation between the modules, and that direct relation doesn't exist. So it has to find out first if it's a direct relation or a many-to-many relation, and then delete in different places, okay? So one of the things we have to do is get that logic in so that it knows how to delete directly and many-to-many. That's easy. That shouldn't be very complicated, and it's just modifying the code. Okay, so that's not much of a problem. The problem actually comes with the relation, with the conditions. Okay, as I was saying before, because there's a conflict here. So what I'm proposing, what I'm going to propose is to be able to select. Let's get another one. I think there's one here which permits me. Okay, no, there's a condition. There's a task here that. Oh no, that's not what I was looking for. Just looking for this button here. There's a task that permits me to select the business map. Okay, that would be custom update, create, add, delete tag, not delete, select business rule. This is probably the one I'm looking for. Sign related records and duplicate records. Maybe this one works also. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, perfect. Okay, this task, which is another task, it doesn't have anything to do with the delayed records. Okay, but this is what I'm looking for. This select box here will permit me to select a business map. Okay, it should pop up a business map, as you can see here. Okay, it's probably looking for a specific type of business map. That's why we didn't find any, but it would show you here all of the business maps. Okay, so what does that give me? What I'm proposing is to add exactly this type of select box to the delete task, delete related records task. Okay, so this delete related records task, and right here below we'll have a select box where you will be able to select a business map. Okay, that business map will be, let's go see the business maps. That business map will be of type condition query. Okay, I already made an example here. Okay, this is one of the many business maps we have. Condition query is a condition. It's a map that holds a condition, as you can see here. Let's make that a little bigger. As you can see, it holds a condition, and that condition gives us a set of records. Okay, in this case, it's on the asset module. I'm telling you that I wanted to return the asset name, asset number, and product name, but we can put any fields there we would want. And then we have a set of conditions here. Okay, it's a field name, asset name. Asset name has to contain J. Okay, for whatever, that's the condition. As it's kind of hard to read, but we'll set up also a graphical interface so you could create this map a little easier. Okay, but anyway, as it's readable, and it can be done even manually if you know. And these conditions can be extracted from the database also using the workflow system or even the filter system, because it's basically the same logic. Field name, asset name. Asset name contains J. It has to be, it also says here, okay, and the value type, raw text, with a joint condition of and. Okay, so now we have another group. We have first, asset name contains J. Then we have that the product's unit price must be greater than 30. And that's it. Okay, so two conditions. as you can see, very, very powerful. I want to select all of the assets whose name contains a J and that are related to a product that has a value of over 30. Okay, so I'm selecting very specific records from the asset module. Okay, if we actually launch this, I think we can do that directly with the test. Let's have a look. I don't need this one anymore. Okay, let's put here the detail view action equals test map, and the record equals 29,165. Okay, so this is actually launching the get records to delete condition. Okay, so I actually launch this map and it gives me this set. Okay, it gives me asset number 2, which contains a J and has a product which is probably over 30. And as you can see here, it gives me a whole subset of records of the assets, actually 25 assets. Okay, so I can actually put here even, I'm going to add here an E because we saw the gene. So now I have a more restricted condition and I get actually the same subset. That's nice. Let's see what happened there. JE. Hold on, let me see if it's the, it wasn't. Let me see what happened here. Value type raw text. Asset name contains, okay, that was, oh, anyway, well, we could have a look, see what happened there. Anyway, independent that didn't work for some reason. We could, the idea is that actually, hold on, wait, maybe it isn't saving. It isn't saving. Okay, that's another issue. Okay. Wait, I know what happened here. Hold on. coreBOS updater. I didn't update. I updated the code. I didn't apply the change sets. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. I know. That makes sense because it wasn't saving because I was missing a field that's on the map. There's a new field on the condition mapping. Okay. Okay, this looks correct. Yep, that worked. Okay, and now I should be able to put JE, save that, and this should save. Okay, now I do have the JE, and if I reload the test, effectively I get a 6. Okay, so as you can see, the idea is that I have a very, very powerful way of defining the records that I want to delete. Okay, all of a sudden I have all of the power of the business map. So instead of making the workflow system, enhancing the workflow system and creating the conditions in here, which is a lot of programming, it takes a lot of time and would be kind of difficult to get it right. What I'm proposing, okay, instead of adding all this logic here about the conditions, instead of adding that down here and making it really hard to program, we just add a select box, which would select one of these conditions here, and then we move the logic of creating the conditions here, okay, which is much cleaner because we can probably even duplicate all of the code that's up here and there's no conflicts or anything, then there's no problem. Besides, we have Edmund is working, has already created a very powerful business map generator which we can enhance easily to make this even easier to create. So it's a nice clean way of not dedicating too much resources to this and solving it elegantly. Even and besides, even if that weren't enough, we can actually, let's duplicate this, and a condition query can even go further, because let's put this too, and I'm going to put here a query. Okay, so we can do this like this, but we can also create this map like this. SQL, and we just have to put here the SQL that we want. Let's get this one. I need that one. Let's do it like this. Okay, SQL return record set, and I'm going to select asset number from vTiger assets where asset name like JE. Okay, I did that wrong. This goes here. Okay, let's see what this one does. This one is 29,175. So if I come over here and I put 175, I get something wrong. From the Tiger assets or asset name like JE. Let me give that a try. But anyway, the idea is that condition queries can be a condition array like the one that I was showing you first, which I tested and was working. And this is live, so this one isn't working because live is always like that. The idea is that actually you can set any query in there directly. Yeah, okay, that's correct. You can put any query, so it's really, really powerful. I mean, we can put any kind of condition in there, and any kind of logic, and inside the SQL, even joins and unions, and make it really complex. So you could have a really, really powerful way of defining the subset of records you want to delete. Okay. So even if the conditions, even if we had some limitation with the conditions, okay, this is correct. I just launched it directly on MySQL, and it worked correctly. So I don't know exactly why it isn't returning the values here. Maybe I need to do some escaping here or something. Probably with the ampersand or something. Anyway, it just so you can get an idea. For example, maybe we could put something like asset NO equals what just happened? Oh, okay, I'm down below. AST 121232. Okay, that should give you just that asset number. Let me see. Okay, I don't have to have a look at that. See what's happening. I have infinite does not match query. Okay, select num from asset number as. Okay, it has like it has one quote more or something. Let me see. Let's put that there, that there. Input array has one parameter does not match query. Ah, okay, because it needs a parameter. Ouch. That nice. Right on the It needs a parameter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, I mean that's the specificities of the map. I'll get that working, and we'll find out what's wrong. That's not. I mean, it's probably I'm doing something wrong with the map and the SQL the way it expects it. The idea is that we can actually create a very powerful conditions here, and just select the ones you want. Well, right there. So this enhancement would be all about uh, deleting a subset of related records. That could be both related directly or related and a many relation, simply using the power of the map selection. Okay, so you would select any records you want. That's the idea. Okay, so you could say, I don't know, delete all the documents which are older than this and that have a checkbox that says that they are deletable, or whatever conditions you want. You can do that very easily and very powerful. Okay, if you're interested, I'm going to put this on Bounty Source so you can get some money on it, and we'll try to implement it as soon as possible with the solution to make a very powerful delay related task workflow task. Thanks for watching.